What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and Marvel fans have been extremely happy recently. A lot of info is coming out about Deadpool 3, one of the most anticipated Marvel films in a really long time, and, well, really just ever. Since the inception of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we knew that the X-Men could not be a part of the MCU, and when the X-Men films began back in 2000, we know that characters like Iron Man and the Hulk could not show up in these movies. And at the time, no one expected that because a cinematic universe had not been developed. The Spider-Man movies were going on at the same time, and there was no crossover between Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Now, we've heard that this might be happening in Avengers Secret Wars, and we'll continue to keep our fingers crossed for that and hope and dream about it each day. But in the meantime, we finally have Wolverine in the MCU in his classic yellow comic suit. This has been a treat for fans, but we have some more news that, if true, might really excite some fans, but also might get on some fans' nerves, as it looks like the Scarlet Witch could be the main villain, if not one of the villains, of Deadpool 3. Now, I say this could irritate some fans because some fans are kind of tired of seeing Wanda as the villain. They're kind of over the villain arc and want her to be a hero again. Well, she goes through a lot in the comics, and she isn't always the best hero in the comics, so we're not too far off here, especially if you consider the events of House of M, which appear to be playing a little bit of a role, at least, in Deadpool 3. One of the things that we've heard the most about Deadpool 3 is that Deadpool and Wolverine are going to visit a universe in which the X-Men rule over that universe, with Magneto being in charge. Well, if this rumor going around is true, then it's going to be insane what we see, because it could be that Wanda from the 838 universe could have possibly created a House of M situation in her respective universe. Now, the 838 universe is the universe that the Illuminati was in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And in that universe, the Scarlet Witch took over that universe's 838's Wanda's body. So the Wanda that killed the Illuminati was the Wanda from the 838 universe, but was being controlled by the Scarlet Witch from our main universe, Earth 616. Now, we have had reports from some very reliable insiders that Wanda from the 838 universe is going to appear in Deadpool 3. That part isn't the crazy rumor. Alex P. from the Cosmic Circus, in a response to a tweet about when we will see Wanda next, responded this way: "There's a lot of ways to answer this because it depends on the Wanda. If you're referring to Wanda 616 from our main MCU timeline, she'll be teased in Agatha Coven of Chaos. If you're referring to Wanda 838, then she'll have an appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine Mother's Home." Now, Mother's Home is not the title of Deadpool 3. That's just a fun pun on Wanda. So we have a report that 838 Wanda will be in Deadpool 3. And the latest rumor, coming from the Twitter account at Coven of Chaos, states that the main plot of Deadpool 3 is House of M, with Wanda having turned Earth 838 into a new version of the Hex after the events of Multiverse of Madness, doubling down on her villain arc, with Magneto being her adopted father in the new reality. Deadpool being assigned by the TVA Agent Paradox to investigate, Loki style. Logan kidnaps Deadpool and takes his temp pad. Now, on top of the rumor, the account also theorizes that what if 838 Wanda actually does this to fix the incident that happened to her during Multiverse of Madness, and this could very well be the case, because this is kind of what happens in House of M. Wanda goes through many different trials and a lot of devastation in the Marvel comics, and in the House of M storyline, Professor X reveals to Magneto that he is no longer going to be able to hold back and control Wanda's reality warping powers, so he goes to the X-Men and he goes to the Avengers to talk about what to do with Wanda, in which they decide the best option is to kill her. Well, her brother Quicksilver overhears this and quickly returns to Magneto and his sister Wanda. Wanda is sleeping, but he tells Magneto everything that he heard. The X-Men and the Avengers arrive, and just as they arrive, they all start to disappear. They find themselves in a new reality with no recollection of anything that happened before, except for Wolverine. But in this universe, Magneto rules over basically the entire universe. He does rule over all of the mutants, and the mutants, or Homo Superior, rule over the humans, or the Homo sapiens. Magneto rules with his children, Quicksilver, and the Scarlet Witch by his side. And what's interesting about this is that some of the characters who were dead, like Hawkeye, find themselves alive in this universe, but again, no recollection of what happened before. And this could be somewhat of the story that plays into Deadpool 3 and why Wanda could have created this new House of M type of universe. We know that the Illuminati died in Multiverse of Madness, and although it wasn't really Wanda herself, she could blame herself for some of the events that had happened. And we know that although it was not included in the movie, Magneto in this universe was supposed to be Wanda's father. This was revealed way after the fact when the movie came out. So what if Wanda does the same thing in this universe that she does in the comics? In the comics, they eventually find out what had happened. It was actually Quicksilver's fault. Quicksilver convinced Wanda to create a different universe where everyone's wishes came true. Wanda had a family, Magneto was the ruler over the humans and the X-Men, Spider-Man was married to Gwen Stacy and had a kid, Carol Danvers was Captain Marvel and was the most beloved superhero, Captain America was retired, and so on and so forth. Everybody essentially got what they wanted. So after dealing with so much chaos and destruction and trauma that took place in the 838 universe due to the Scarlet Witch dreamwalking, perhaps the Wanda from the 838 universe tried to fix everything that had happened because she felt like it was somewhat her fault and created a new universe, one where Magneto rules and she's at the side of her father. And if you are not aware, for some point in time in the comics, Magneto was revealed to be the father of Wanda and Quicksilver. However, that was retconned to not actually be the case eventually down the line. But for this story in the MCU, that very well could be the case in an alternate universe. Magneto could be the father of Wanda and Pietro. And this would explain how Deadpool and Wolverine could come across this universe where Wanda could actually be the villain because she is the one that created it and therefore is the one who put Magneto in this power. And this could mean that she could revive Patrick Stewart's Professor Xavier, Black Bolt, Captain Carter, John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic, so there is a possibility that we could see him again, and the other heroes that have fallen. And the most interesting part about this is when Wanda created the House of M universe in the comics, Hawkeye was revived in the new universe. But finally, when it reverted back to the old universe, they found out that Hawkeye was actually alive in the real universe. And Doctor Strange explained that the events that took place in that universe really did actually happen. So Wanda, or the Scarlet Witch, resurrected Hawkeye. So Wanda or the Scarlet Witch could bring back the heroes that died in Multiverse of Madness in her actual universe, not just in a different alternate reality created by her. However, we do know that the TVA is going to sort of hire Deadpool just like they did Loki in Loki season 1. And perhaps it's Deadpool and Wolverine's job to essentially take out this universe and prune it. Now, what's really interesting about the set photos that have been released for Deadpool 3 is that it looks like Deadpool and Wolverine could actually be at the Void. And here's where my theory comes in. I do believe that they are at the Void. We see a 20th Century Fox logo in the background. In some other photos, we can see a ship that is there as well, and it essentially does look like what we saw in Loki season 1, the Void. My theory is that perhaps Deadpool and maybe Wolverine got sent to this universe to try and prune it, but they themselves ended up getting pruned. Therefore, they both got sent to the Void. If the TVA is having a problem themselves pruning this universe, then Deadpool probably won't get it right the first time. And if Magneto is in charge and the Red Guard is working for Magneto, which the Red Guard in the comics is actually S.H.I.E.L.D., but just mutants, one of the members includes Tony Stark, well, I imagine that Deadpool and Wolverine will probably not beat them at first. So they could get pruned and find themselves in the Void. And this is where the conflict between Deadpool and Wolverine could happen. It's clear that Deadpool at some point in time seeks the help of Wolverine, stating that the job would probably be easy. But after losing to the X-Men in this other universe, Wolverine might get kind of pissed off and say that he's done. This could also be why he takes Deadpool's tent pad, stating probably that he's going to go back to his own universe and telling Deadpool, leave him alone. And this is where the fight could come in. Deadpool wants his tent pad back, so he tries to take it. And here's where we get our fight. Now, of course, ultimately, I think after the fight, they're going to come down and try to do it again and probably are successful. Maybe pruning this timeline. Now, it doesn't mean the 838 universe won't exist, but a branch from that universe will probably be pruned. But this could be how Wanda could, in a way, be a villain of Deadpool 3. Perhaps not the main villain, because I'm sure there's going to be more to Deadpool 3 than just this exact storyline, but it looks like she's certainly going to be somewhat of a villain in Deadpool 3 if this rumor ends up being correct. We've already heard from an insider that she is indeed going to be in Deadpool 3, and I personally would love to see her create an alternate reality House of M style. But let us know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Would you like this or would you not like it? Let us know everything in the comments. Please don't forget to like the video, and if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items as well. We pick one winner at the end of each month, and the winner gets to pick one item. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can support us on our Patreon account, our website, or join our Discord server as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.